What's going on, everybody? I filmed a full Dennis Allen defensive video on Thursday. I wanted to kind of break down why this defense is on a heater right now, the secondary being a big part of that. And we're still going to release the video right here, but I wanted to tack this on to the front of it. Obviously, Tyrique Stevenson and Kyler Gordon aren't playing in this game. Kyler Gordon has now been placed on short-term IR. He's going to miss at least 4 games with the groin injury. So did want to add that context, but this video isn't really an injury report. It's about what Dennis Allen, what this defense have been able to do to step up and play really well over the past month or so. Hopefully that continues tomorrow against the Ravens without Lamar Jackson. So just wanted to mention that real quick off the top of the video. My name is Harrison Graham. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. What a revelation that Dennis Allen has been for this Bears defense. A great hire by Ben Johnson so far that has really paid off. This defense is on a major heater, and I'm going to break it down here on today's show. My name is Harrison Graham. Before we do that, our next milestone is 136,000 subscribers. We've gotten so much support from you guys, whether you're a longtime sub, a new sub, or someone who watches this show but hasn't subscribed yet, or maybe this is your first time ever watching. We bring you guys free and daily Bears content. We're less than 350 subs away. Can you help us get there? Can we get to 136,000 subs? Let's make it happen. It's free. Bear down. All right, let's talk about this defense as it's been a revelation, especially the past month, these past 4 games coming out of that, pretty embarrassing display against Detroit in week 2. The vibes were low. This team was 0-2. The defense had key injuries, getting pushed around, gave up 52 points. Since then, it's been excellent. 15 takeaways in the last 4 games. 16 on the season, leads the NFL, and the Bears have had a bye week. Most teams have not, so that's pretty impressive. And I also am going to outline several players who have stepped up, whether it's been starters taking the next step, backups playing well. It's been really, really nice to see, and I think Dennis Allen deserves a lot of credit with how exotic he's been, especially on the back end with his coverages. But speaking of the secondary, I mean, the takeaways in terms of interceptions, this team already has 11 interceptions. And all 11 of those, or 10 of those 11 have come in the last 4 weeks. And the interception rate is really freaking impressive. They have picked off 11 passes this year on 167 pass attempts. That's 6.6% of the time. In other words, quick math here, about every 19 pass attempts by the opposing team, you're picking off a pass. I think that's more than 2% better than any other team. I think I saw the next closest team is in the high 3s or low 4s. That's really freaking impressive. It leads the NFL easily right now. And by the way, it's without an elite pass rush or even a good pass rush. Now, Dennis Allen has found some solutions the past couple weeks in particular by bringing different blitzes and, pushing the pocket a little bit. But let's be honest, this has not been a defense up front that's been super good, especially at getting after the quarterback so far this year. And you're still getting a ton of interceptions. And to me, not a lot of fluky ones. Like Kevin Byard reading his keys, jumping routes. That play he made off Spencer Rattler where Rattler threw that deep ball to Shaheed. He's got to cover a lot of ground there, make a sliding pick, understanding where the out-of-bounds marker is. He would have had a second pick on Sunday. It would have been his 5th of the year if there wasn't friendly fire from Nahshon Wright. He's got a couple picks as well. Had another one Sunday. Tremaine Edmunds has 3. Now, a couple of those I think have been tipped up, but that's still making a play on the ball for whoever is tipping those initially. Tyrique Stevenson, Jaquan Brisker. The one Brisker had against Washington, I thought really set the tone for that game. I mean, that was a huge play for him. And Stevenson, don't forget, if this team goes on a run this year and is even just playing meaningful ball down the stretch, that rip away against Dallas, you're 0-2. Dallas is going straight down the field. Looks like the defense is going to have another long day against Dak Prescott and the boys, who that offense has been awesome. He rips that ball away from Javonte Williams. It changed the whole season for himself, for this team, for this defense. Since that moment, this defense has been fantastic. And a big reason for the turnaround, Tyrique deserves a lot of credit for that, but it's been Kevin Byard's resurgence. Ryan Poles signed him to a 2-year, $15 million deal last year to replace Eddie Jackson. Thought it was a reasonable deal. It's kind of a 1+1. They didn't have to keep him this year. They could have cut him without much dead cap penalty, but he was solid last year. I think for what he's making this year, he was worth keeping. Excellent leader, but there were signs of, late last year and even the first 2 weeks this year, like he's not what he was. He's still a starting caliber player, but he's not what he was. The last 4 weeks, he's been an all-pro. He's been unbelievable. He's got 4 picks. He's filling the lane in the run game. He's been awesome. He's been absolutely freaking awesome for this defense, and we know he's a big-time leader. He's a captain on this team. I just can't overstate what this guy has done the last month. He looks back to his peak Titans days, and he talked about it recently. Like, I'm looking to set a personal record. He had 8 picks 1 year in Tennessee. I'm trying to top that. He's got 4 through 6 games. Should be 5. Again, if there wasn't the friendly fire from Nahshon Wright, who got caught in the air and popped him last week. So he's played unbelievably well. He's leading this group. At this point, like I want to bring him back next year, assuming this level of play continues. So that's been really, really nice and exciting to see. Number 2, and I don't think this is being discussed enough, flipping the linebacker positions. And what I mean by that is in the Matt Eberflus defense, they signed Tremaine Edmunds to play middle linebacker, TJ Edwards to play at will linebacker. TJ played really well at will. So that worked out, especially for his contract. He's making $6 million a year, got a 2-year for $20 this offseason on an extension. He's more than lived up to that. But what have we talked about with Tremaine Edmunds through his first 2 years on a 4-year, $72 million contract? He's not living up to close to that contract. This year he is. He's playing up to his $18 million per year contract. And he's been playing that will spot because when TJ was out, Noah Sewell's more comfortable at middle. And we'll talk about something Ben Johnson, Dennis Allen, and the staff did during training camp, which has really paid dividends now. Edmunds plays the will with Noah at middle linebacker. Noah played well at middle, by the way, as well. And Edmunds is having easily his best season as a Bear, maybe the best season of his career up to this point. His last year in Buffalo, he was really good as well. But 3 interceptions, 4 breakups. I think he's top 10 in tackles, and that's with, again, the Bears having a bye week already. He's got a couple TFLs. He's playing better against the run, which has been hit and miss in his Bears career as well. This has been a hell of a turnaround. He's gone from kind of an obvious cut candidate in 2026 to, could he get extended? If he keeps playing like this, it's kind of crazy to say. This is his, I think, 7th or 8th year in the NFL. He's still only 27 years old. He was 19 when he declared for the draft. He was a young college football player. I think he played as a 17-year-old freshman. But this has been quite the turnaround. Now, we're 6 games in. Things could change. But at minimum, if he plays to this level or close to it, I think you would keep him under that $18 million next year. But you might even want to extend him to lower that cap hit for 2026 and, give you some more flexibility in terms of free agency and whatnot. I don't think you can say enough to how this guy has played. TJ Edwards has been back 2 weeks playing at the Mike linebacker spot. He's been balling as well. I know PFF's been wonky this year, but I think he's been the highest graded linebacker the last 2 weeks. Per PFF, he looks comfortable in that spot. And Ben Johnson talked about this the other day, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he said something they did with both TJ and Tremaine in training camp was he got them a lot of reps at both spots, both middle and will, for exactly this situation. If an injury pops up, or if, hey, maybe we learned something that in this scheme, Tremaine is actually better at the will and TJ's actually better at the mic. And lo and behold, that has paid off because Noah Sewell is not as versatile as these two guys. He's not as high of a level of a player. So with TJ goes out, Sewell is more of a little middle linebacker. They put him there. Tremaine at the will where he excelled. And I remember saying this at the time when TJ got healthy. I was like, I think I'd keep Tremaine at the will and put TJ at middle and see how that goes. And it's been great. Again, 2 games together with those two at those positions, but Tremaine's been at will all year. And outside of the Raiders game, I thought he's played really, really well. So I think something too, and I'm not trying to drag the last staff. We've done plenty of that. It just goes to show, though, this staff is just so much smarter than the last one. It's like, yeah, you've got 6 weeks of training camp. Why not mix and match with these guys? See how they look at different positions at linebacker. Like, you need to be able to move guys around in a pinch. Injuries pop up. Things happen. And they've kind of realized, hey, like this combination with TJ at middle and Tremaine on the weak side, they're actually more comfortable there. So kudos to the staff. Kudos to Dennis Allen and Ben Johnson with that flexibility. And kudos to both these linebackers playing really, really well. Now, we also talked about Kevin Byard as potential extension candidate. TJ already got extended, but Kevin Byard, Tremaine Edmunds. Who would you rather extend if you were the Bears? Now, Edmunds has one more year under his deal, so you don't have to extend him right now. But type KB for Kevin Byard, TE for Tremaine Edmunds. I would probably lean Byard because he is a free agent after this year, and you've got that flexibility with Edmunds. But you could argue both guys have earned it, which has been a really, really nice development for this team. All right, we have more to discuss when it comes to the defense here and the nice developments in coaching by Dennis Allen. But I want to tell you guys first about our sponsor, Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Hit a nice 3-player lineup last Sunday, back on the saddle this week with several lineups as well. Starting to work in some basketball lineups too. I'll start sharing those with you guys. But one feature I want to tell you guys about with Prize Picks is you can follow other Prize Picks players directly on the app and copy their lineups in one click. Whether it's a friend, celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like, hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on Prize Picks. The way Prize Picks works is simple. You just pick more or less on player stat projections on 2 to 6 player lineups, and you are good to go. Got a little 2-player lineup I already feel good about. Again, I will have several more this week as well, but took more than half a rushing or receiving touchdown for Derrick Henry. It's a goblin play, less payout there, but feel confident in that one. I've paired that with a demon play to kind of even things out on the potential payout if it hits. Half a rushing or receiving touchdown as well. Rome's due. I think he finds the end zone. Plus, Ravens coming off a bye week. Lamar's banged up. I like Derrick Henry to find the end zone as well. $20 entry to win $55 on this lineup. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use our code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Okay, let's continue with how well this Bears defense has played. The Tyrique Stevenson breakout is here. Now, we're filming this live on Thursday. He has not practiced this week. Fingers crossed it's not a serious shoulder injury, and maybe by the time you're watching this, he's already been ruled either in or out for this week. Doesn't sound like a long-term injury either way, so we'll see. But what he's provided since that Detroit game where, let's face it, he got picked on. He did not look good at all. But that was also the game Jalen Johnson got injured and had surgery and is out at least until December, maybe for the season. I think Tyrique Stevenson looked at this situation and said, it's my time to step up. Not just to play better, but to be the number one outside corner for this team. And he's absolutely done that. These stats include the Detroit game where I think he gave up 6 completions on 8 targets. He's only given up 10 total completions on 24 targets this year. Opposing quarterback rating 67.2. It was a perfect passer rating against the first 2 weeks, so that goes to show how much that's improved. He's given up just 1 touchdown this season. He has an interception. He has 6 pass breakups. For the past month, relatively small sample size, he's played like a CB1. Now, has he been an all-pro? I'm not ready to say that, but he's played like a guy that if he continues to do this, you would want to extend him. I mean, he's a third-year player. This is, it's not make or break. That would be next year, final year of his rookie deal. But if he plays well enough, maybe you extend him this offseason, get ahead of that, kind of big money contract that could be coming and try to limit how much you have to pay him. And he's risen to the challenge without Jalen Johnson. There's no question about it. So kudos to 2-9. Hopefully he's healthy here and continue to play well. And then you got to shout out some backups too, man. Every team goes through injuries. It's part of the sport. But I do just want to outline some guys who have risen to the challenge, stepped up to the plate here. We talked about Noah Sewell a little bit, especially in the run game. The run game was struggling earlier in the year, but one guy who was making some nice plays in the backfield was Noah Sewell. Now, he's got some limitations. He's not great in coverage, but again, he's your third linebacker. But for him to step up, play that Mike spot for the first month, and hold it down at least at a decent level, kudos to him. Nahshon Wright, we've talked about, it's been up and down, but he's a backup. And he has 2 interceptions, had a pick 6 in week 1, key interception off Spencer Rattler last week. He recovered the fumble off Jaden Daniels, which set up the Bears' game-winning field goal in that Washington game. He's made some splash plays when it's mattered. He's given up plays, but he's making plays too. Dominique Robinson, I thought he was an easy cut coming into this year. I was like, new scheme, he's done nothing. They're not going to keep him. Not only did he make the team, he's got 1.5 sacks. He's been in the backfield some. He's got some TFLs. Like, he's actually flashed. Like, who knows? Maybe he's back next year on a cheap deal to continue to be a part of this rotation. So kudos to him. And again, that's development. Through 3 years under the prior coaching staff, he did not improve at all. This year, he has clearly improved. I don't know how good he can get, but he's not a scrub. And through 3 years, he was a scrub. So, there's other guys I could point out. Nick McLeod battled when he was in there at nickel. Like, guys are just stepping up. This has not been a team that's been healthy. I mean, look at the injuries. Jalen Johnson has missed 5.5 of 6 games, and he's going to continue to miss games. You hope he gets back in December, and if he does come back, that means you're in the mix, so that would be a great thing. Kyler Gordon missed 4 games. TJ Edwards missed 3.5 games. Grady Jarrett's missed 3 games. Terrell Smith, who might be playing if he was healthy instead of Nahshon Wright, he's out for the season. Got hurt during the preseason. So you've had 4 starters there miss a combined 9.5 plus 3.5. That's 13 games. Jarrett, 16 games. Terrell Smith, your top outside backup corner, has not played at all. And yet, outside of the Detroit game, this defense is playing well. The next man up mentality, it's a cliche, but it's been real for this team. And to me, a lot of that is coaching. It's development. It's, not giving an inch, not kind of saying like, well, we have backups. It is what it is. It's like, no, man, this is a physical sport. Guys miss time. Who's going to step up and make a play? Teams who have good depth are often playing late in the season because you're going to lose guys. You hope not great players, and you hope not for the season, but you're not going to be fully healthy all year, and the Bears have had a lot of attrition already, and guys are stepping up making plays. I compiled some data outside of the Detroit game. Obviously, that game matters, but in the other 5 games, this is where the Bears would rank in the following categories. Points per game allowed, 20.6, 11th in the NFL. Yards per game allowed, 317.8, 15th. Passing yards allowed, 8th at 188, and again, that's without a pass rush. Rushing yards per game allowed, 129.8, 24th. You have to remember that Raiders game was a disaster. Ashton Genty went off. I bet if you took that game out, it'd be more like middle of the pack. Last 2 weeks, they've been best in the NFL or close to it. Takeaways, 15 outside of that Detroit game. Actually, it might be 16. 15 or 16. Doesn't matter. It leads the NFL regardless. I think it's 16. That's a typo on my part because you didn't have one in that Detroit game. You did have one week 1 against Minnesota, and you got 15 the last 2 weeks. Regardless, to do what they're doing without a pass rush, I mean, Dennis Allen, even there, has found ways to manufacture pressure the last couple of weeks, but when they're bringing 4, they're not getting much pressure. So to get these many takeaways, especially the interceptions, guys, it is hard to cover in this league without a pass rush, and you don't have your number 1 corner. Like, it is – the takeaways are going to dip. You're not going to get 4 a week. It is an unreasonable kind of level of volume that they're getting. You should not expect that to continue. But the fact that they're doing it right now is unbelievably impressive, considering the guys that have been out and considering the lack of a pass rush that they have. So Dennis Allen, Ben Johnson hiring him, the stuff they were doing in training camp to mix and match and be ready for different scenarios. This team's well coached, man. They're really, really well coached, and the players have responded and stepped up to the challenge. Grade the job that Dennis Allen is doing. Type A, B, C, D, or F. I don't see how it could be anything less than an A. Yeah, it was bad showing in Detroit. Well, Jalen Johnson went out in that game. They got elite players. That was a tough spot. I'm giving Dennis Allen an A, considering what he's working with and how productive this defense has been so far. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of Chicago Bears Now. Appreciate everybody for tuning into the show. One more little nugget, third and third down defense, 30% giving up. Pretty good. This defense playing good ball right now. Hopefully it continues in Baltimore. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications.